everybody? Sunday. How you doing tonight? It's feeling good tonight, mostly. I don't know what this is about the weekends. We play on the weekend. I'm so tired. I get into the most ultimate relaxed mode. Like, unbelievably relaxed. But I'm feeling good today. Let's see what we got going on. We got a lot to cover today, I think. But we'll move along some warm-ups for sure. Got to get going. Why did this get weird? Okay. Looks like we got a bunch of great people hanging out already. Good to see everyone. Ray Freese in the house. I'm doing great, buddy. How about you? Brody, the Super Shredder's in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you tonight. Heaven, thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Osman Ben Ahmad, there you are, brother. Great to see you. Dalian said he watched the concert with me with Rob Brock at the House of Blues. That was awesome. Thanks, buddy. That was a great show, yeah. I can't remember who. I think that was I think we actually like headlined. It was like a local band thing that night, and we headlined that one, I believe. But yeah, we did a lot of shows at House of Blues. That one was really good. A lot of cool stuff on there. Heaven, thank you. Juji, good to see you tonight. How you doing? Heaven said it reminds of them the fan of the opera. So I threw a little Bach staccato in D minor there for you. John, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much, my friend. Donald James in the house says, hey guys, just want you to know he's lurking and listening. He'll be home soon. No problem, Donald, man. Drive safe or however you're getting there, man. Be safe, and we'll see you soon. Heaven, thank you. Judy said this warm up is sick. Yeah, I like that. I like it's a blank note, and you can just go crazy. That shows, you know, if you can play over one note, then you got something going on for sure. Thank you, Heaven. John says you're incredible no matter when I watch. Awesome. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dalian. This is something new we wrote last night, but it's just not really a song. It's probably in the warm-up category, but it's kind of fun. Check it out. like a beat I found on my phone from like 8 years ago or something. But it's a cool little thing. Well, I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do so. I do put videos out every single day of the week, and we go live 5 times a week. And we have a great community here, so make sure you check us out. Much more to come in the future. All right, let's ramp it up on this next one. Really go crazy with this next one. Ed here, who's in the house with us tonight? Let's see. There you go, Juji. John, thank you, buddy. Heaven, I'm not on Spotify per se. I have 2 previous bands on Spotify, but all my music here is on YouTube or Apple Music or Amazon if you're looking to check some stuff out for sure. If you want to hear the old bands, I can post the links to the old bands for sure. But right here on YouTube, you can check out my album for free. Oliver Makunda, how you doing, buddy? Says, good day. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Cheers. Good to see you, buddy. Yes, the weekend's been nice. The weekend's probably gone faster than I've ever seen. It was like, I think I fell asleep on Friday, and I'm pretty sure it's already Monday. I don't even know. It was a quick weekend. Thank you, Ray. Derail, happy Sunday to you, bro. How you doing tonight? Terry Kildare, thank you. Terry Kildare, thank you. Saying, appreciate that. Thank you, Derail. Chris Liggett in the house. How you doing, buddy? Chloe Bryant, hello to you. Derail says he's ready for a college football game. I hear you, buddy. I'm ready for college. I'm ready for pros. Let's go. It's time. We be preseason in just a week or so. So where we go, man? Fred Hinkle in the house. How you doing, bro? Great to see you all the way from Southern Indiana. It's always great to see you, buddy. Dimebag Coins in the house. He says, I'm like 31. Rick rocks. Absolutely. I'm old, man. I'm an old dude, but hey, I got the mind of a 20-year-old still. That's my thing. Anyway, let's roll up a real insane one here. This is a guarantee that I'm warmed up. We play through this. Let's go. definitely warmed up. I didn't play very much today at all, honestly, but I'm feeling pretty good. We played a lot last night, that's for sure. All right, let's see. We'll slow it down on the next one. A lot of that speed needs a little cool down for sure, but a lot of great comments. I thank you so much for hanging with us tonight. Let's see. Darrell says the first college game is August 31st. Absolutely, yeah. I know our NFL preseason starts in about a week or two. I can't remember the date, but I'm ready. Ohio State, let's go. Go Bucks, let's go. All right, Joe G says, welcome in, everyone. Good to see you. Absolutely. Osman, thank you, brother. D758, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. HJ said, I love to see you shredding again, bro. Been back playing again, and it's sick to see so much talent. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I took a lot of time off, man. I took like good 5 years off, and then the last 2.5 years I've been cranking it out. And there's so many amazing guitar players out there. And I watch quite a few of them, too. So much to see out there. It's like, I wish I could watch them all, but I don't have the time. But, man, I definitely have my favorites out there right now. John R. Woods, what's going on, buddy? Thank you so much. Dylan's in the house, but he says, same as Don. I'll be listening for a while. I'll jump in the chat every now and again. No problem, brother. No problem. Gratitude in the house. How you doing there, buddy? Good to see you. HJ, thank you so much. Southwest in the house. How you been, man? Good to see you. Osman says, sounds pretty cool, but warm. If I feel it after Mr. Crowley DNA too. There you go, brother. We can pull that one off. I love playing that one. Gratitude. There you go. HJ said the ending of that was nice too. Big respect. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you, bro. Raquel Brooks. Hello. He said, she said, how long you been playing? I've been playing for 27 years, Raquel. I can't say your name. Raquel. Thank you. I've been 27 years, and thank you so much. D75 says, your Uncle David. I do have an Uncle David, surprisingly. If you know who he is, that's cool. Derail says, Rich Day was good. That's great to hear. And Osman, you, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. TJ Wade, good to see you, too. How you been, brother? And George Kaplan rolls up. Good to see you, bro. How you doing tonight? Oh, I think we got the chat covered like that. Stephen A. Force, let's go, Bucks. What's up, man? Good evening to you, my brother. How you doing tonight? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Make sure if you're enjoying the show, hit that subscribe button. We just hit 60,000. So you know there's only one way to go, and that's 70,000. So we'd love to see you come along with us. Thank you, Raquel. And let's go. Let's try. We're going to slow it down a little bit. Cool it down after that shred feast. You know what I'm saying? But this one's a nice chill one. Not too shabby, not too shabby. All right, let's see what else we got on the set list tonight. We got 9. We're moving and grooving tonight, so how about we do a little shadows instead? Actually, yeah, we'll do that. All right, we always like some harmonic minor around here. All right, let's see. Midnight Rider, what's up, brother? Great to see you tonight. Thank you, Raquel. TJ says, I'm doing good, bro. Just chilling after a workout done. There you go, brother. Gotta work it up. Dorothea asks, how often do you change your strings? And it's hard with the floating bridge. I don't, since I'm not only playing maybe a couple hours a night, on my main guitar, usually I try and stretch it about 7 weeks. And we'll see. You know, by the 7th week, the strings are definitely starting to sound pretty dead. But yeah, usually I'd say good at least a month, every month, maybe a month or two at the very lowest. But floating bridge not hard at all. No, once you learn how to string up the floating bridge, it's basically just these. If you can see right there, you see all those Allen wrench keys right there. Each one of those unlocks this little kind of little square metal piece that opens up, and you can stick the string in there, and you just kind of tighten it in there. And that's it, really. It's not very hard to do. You do need to make sure you keep this bridge kind of flat or the same. You know, I usually stuff a sock under here, under the back, to keep it level. But yeah, as long as you keep the tremolo level, and then just do one string at a time. I usually string all 6, and then I'll tune each one at a time. If you can see, like I kind of do my E string first, and I kind of put all the strings underneath to the top, and so it kind of gives you that cool whatever it is. I don't know. I saw Vinnie Moore do it a long time ago. I was like, man, that's a pretty cool idea. Let's see. Raquel says her biggest issue is playing further down the fret. If she plays bass, it's hard getting all the way down to the bridge area, but I keep practicing. So, well, thank you so much, Raquel. And trust me, yeah, it's not easy. Definitely the bass. The bass is a lot wider, and the strings are a lot heavier. One of my best friends, his name's Rich Marks. We played in a band together called War of Thrones, and if you watch me and how fast I play and where I play, he could do the same thing, because that's how he was. He was like that crazy on a bass. Subsequently, he stopped playing bass and switched to guitar when I left the band. So, but yeah, it can be done for sure. It does take a lot of practice, and Rich is he's as tall as me. He's actually 6'3". He's probably even 220 pounds. He's a big dude, and yeah, he can manhandle that bass for sure. But you got to definitely work on it, and you strengthen up over time for sure. LVD, how's it going, buddy? Thank you. George Kaplan, appreciate that. Raquel, thank you as well. Derek Cliff says, it's always tasty licks when I stop. But there you go, Derek, that's what's up. Judy says, where is everybody? I don't know. It's Sunday night, you know. I don't expect much on Sundays because, you know, it's Sunday. Midnight Rider, thank you, brother. John, hello to you. Good to see you, man. Chuckle Bree says, do you know Groove or Die by Andy? I sure don't, but I do know Andy Timmons personally, but I never learned any of his stuff, no. The only thing I remember Andy was back in the day that Naughty Naughty from Danger band. That's what I knew of Andy Timmons. But I got to meet him a couple years ago and then became friends with him. He's a really cool dude. Cameron says he learned his first pentatonic scale in A minor. There you go, brother. Congrats. That's what's up. On to bigger and better. Let's go. Clayton in the house. How you doing, Clayton? Let's see. Derek says my guitar shop told me to use a deck of cards to help block off the restringing. Yeah, that works too. Anything will work. I've seen people use like a 9-volt battery or just a regular battery. But for me, I've always used like an old sock. Like a sock that was like, you know, had holes in it and never wore it again. You make sure it's washed, of course. And then I stuff it underneath there. And that's it, man. That's it. There you go, Clayton. Yeah, Rick's the Mr. K. A special K. There you go. Raquel, there you go. Clayton said, sorry, I dropped my phone. Your phone was had some crazy autocorrect there. Rodrigo Molina, thank you. Andrea, God, I can't talk the names today. Andrea Luisa Basile, good to see you and thank you. Thank you, Chuck. All right, let's see what we got next. I'm going to do Shadows here. We haven't played Shadows this week, I think about once, so let's do that. Shadows. Yeah, oh, that was a cool one. I think we're definitely clearly warmed up. We'll move on to some album tracks. If you're hanging out and you're having a good time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We put videos out every single day. We go live 5 times a week. We have a fantastic community here, and we'd love to see you come along with us on this journey. If you don't know, I had an album that came out last year, June I think it was, and it's available here on my YouTube channel. So the next couple songs we're going to play are on this album. If you enjoyed the songs, make sure you go to my YouTube page, look for the Releases tab, and check it out to your heart's content. Beyond that, let's see some comments and see what's cooking around here tonight. A lot going on. Let's see. Juji said a sock. That's kinky. Yeah, well, it's not crispy. It's clean. It's very clean, Juji. Just don't. Midnight Rat says, all these songs you're playing out originals? Yes, sir. Absolutely. 100%. Yazzie Wazzy said, I just stumbled across you a while ago. I'm so glad. Drunk Me still loves it. There you go, buddy. Mikey D in the house. He says, have a good night, bro. Good to see you. Thank you, Mikey D. Great to see you as well, my friend. Gloria's in the house. She said, good evening. Just got off work and I'm exhausted. I feel that. The last night was 2 and fell asleep. I feel that. Thank you, Midnight Rider. Let's see. Zach G in the house. How you doing, brother? Great to see you tonight. Gratitude. There you go. Val Kimber's in the house. What's up, Val? All right, we're moving grooving tonight. All right, good to go. Comments are caught up. I love it. All right, so this next track is off of my album. It's one of the standout tracks of the album. It's a variation on the theme of Mozart's Symphony No. 40. The song is entitled Symphony 40. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a very upbeat, very memorable piece. Let's do this. Symphony 40. Yo, thanks for hanging out and listening to that one with me. All right, we'll get the next one queued up. And what we got here? We got a lot of comments. Let's see. Okay. Clayton, thank you very much, buddy. Andrea thinks I got the Ingve vibes. Very, very, very true. I love Ingve, so for sure. You'll always hear some Ingve in my stuff, for sure. Wade Capone, arigatou gozaimasu. How you doing? Thank you so much, my friend. Wade dropped a super chat all the way from Japan. Very, very nice. How gozaimasu to you? Midnight Rider says, hell, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Jeff Coughlin, thanks, buddy. Wade says, damn, you're great. How did you learn Japanese? You kick ass. Thank you, buddy. I learned from my guitar tech in Japan. When I toured in Japan, I had this wonderful guitar tech named Shin, and he told me a lot of stuff. Probably some bad things too. But no, I just asked him, how to say, like konnichiwa, or ohayo gozaimasu, or konbanwa, ichiban no fen desu, just lines he showed me, so I could yell them out in the microphone. I would like to learn Japanese more, though. I would like to be able to have a conversation for sure. Cameron says, I can't wait to learn the overtone you do with the D's. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Jim, how's it going tonight? Anthony Martosha in the house. He says, shredding Sunday night. There you go, brother. Great to see you. Ramona, hello to you. Thank you, Andrea. Let's see. Yeah, Gloria, it's hot as it can be. I don't know what else to say. How hot it is in Florida right now. Ridiculous. It's the sun. I don't know. Ivan from Serbia watching. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Juji's asked how were the races. They were pretty good. My boy George Russell got third place, so I'm happy with that. Unfortunately, my other guy, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari just messed him up, man. Bad news, but tis what it is. But I'll take the George Russell third place any day. Gratitude says, yeah, this sounds awesome. This truck, nice, brother. Thank you, man. Heather P in the house, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm doing great. How about you? Wade says, got it. Shin must be a nice and good teacher. Shin was a super nice guy. He's probably one of my, he became my best friend when I was in Japan. He was also my guitar tech when we were on tour. And he always took care of my stuff, man. I never had to lift a finger. He'd have my guitars perfectly strung and tuned. My amp was already ready to go. He just handed me the guitar. I was like, dude, you're the best, man. He was the best. I miss that guy. If I ever go back to Japan and he's still a guitar tech, I'm calling him up. All right, let's see. We also had our sound guy was Steve-O. He was awesome too. So many cool dudes, man. I love Japan. I love visiting Japan. I love touring in Japan. I love Japanese people. So if I can get to Japan anytime soon, I'll be there. I'd take a flight right now. If someone would send me to Japan to play, I would take a flight right now. All right, with that being said, let's take a flight to some neoclassical jams. This is Until the Bitter End. This is the title track to my album. Let's have a fun jam session. Let's go. Until the Bitter End. That's a ripping jam right there. I sure do love playing that one. That's probably one of the very first songs I wrote for that album. That was very, very cool. Let's see. Gratitude says he's been listening in the apartment without any low end, so it's a treat to have the volume up. So there you go, man. Val said, big in Japan. I got close, man. I mean, I was in a couple issues of Young Guitar magazine back then, a couple issues of Burn magazine. My album reached 21 on the Japanese metal charts, or import charts, whatever they were. So it got pretty up there. It was not too shabby. It helped that we went on tour there a couple times, and I could kind of promote it. And Rob let me play Symphony 40 during our set, so that was really cool. And I got some video of that somewhere. Actually, there's a video of it on here on my channel. Kelly, buenas noches. Good to see you tonight. Andrea says she loved that neoclassical. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, neoclassical has been my favorite for a long, long time. You gotta love it. Oh, let's see. Kelly, obrigado, Kelly. Heather P, thank you. Osman, there you go, brother. Thank you, Kelly. Dylan says, if I end up in Japan, I'm using the Ebisu Zoo as an excuse to go to the drift tracks over there. I used to drift, but I can't afford it without a job. I feel that, buddy. Racing costs money. Ain't that the truth, man? But if I go to Japan, I'm just gonna right to Tokyo, man. That's the spot right there. Tokyo's the place. So much to do, so much to see in Tokyo. It's unbelievable. And I would like to see that again. Livio Lamponi, hello to you. Andrea asks, how hot is it down here? Yeah, it's pretty hot. Yeah, usually when I get in my car to go to work, it's like already like the ambient temperature is like 97. It did reach 100 degrees the other day, a record in this area, which is insane. Osman, yo, brother, thank you so much for that super chat. You rock, dude. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Val said it was 79 where he's at. Dang, 79 is pretty good. I wouldn't mind that. Picket Fences, thank you. Raquel, thank you. Gratitude, there you go. I like it. Nice. It's one of my favorites. Val Kimmer said the first cooler day we have. Ain't gonna be no cooler down here for a while, probably. November, maybe. December. We'll see. Andrea said we had that last week in Pennsylvania. Yeah, my mom lives up in Ohio. She said it was hot, crazy hot up there too. So if you're in Pennsylvania, that's right next door. I can believe it. Joe Edward in the house. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. Val said we had that extreme hot for weeks. Yeah, man. It's out of control. Brian Felix, hola to you. Dylan says there's all kinds of stuff to do in Japan. I wouldn't mind living countryside out there. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, yeah. You'd have to learn the language for sure, but it'd be nice to just hang there for a little while. Just live there for a little bit, just have fun, and do shows or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. It costs a lot of money to go to Japan, but we'll see. Thank you, Andrea. Mr. Kari, what's up, buddy? Good to see you there. Rosanna, boa noche to you too. Good to see you. Eric Baker up in Michigan. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good tonight. Raquel says, good night. Thank you for the dedication and inspiration. I'm going to practice before I go to bed. Ain't going to skip it. That's what I'm talking about, Raquel. You have a great night. And thank you so much for stopping by tonight. We appreciate you. Brian from Brazil. Obrigado. And boa noche to you too, my friend. Wow, we're just kicking it live tonight. We're moving on. This is the biggest instrumental song from the album. It's called "The Fire Within." I wonder if I can get that shirt up here. I don't know if anyone is interested in merchandise and stuff like that. We do have a lot of cool shirts and coffee mugs and stickers and all kinds of stuff. But we have I'll put up this "Fire Within" T-shirt if I can find it. All right, it's put up there now. And boom. All right, there's the Fire Within T-shirt. Check that out if you're interested in looking at any merchandise. We do have plenty of shirts for a lot of the songs that we do for my album and all the newer stuff that I've written. But this one right here is the biggest one. 376,000 views here on YouTube. Got radio play across Europe and Japan and Asia back in the day. It's still pumping out there, crazy enough. So let's go with the Fire Within. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Fire Within. Dang, that was a great cut of that one. That's such a crazy song. There's so many moving parts in that song. It's hard to remember all of it, but I got it. I think I got it down again. I think I got it down pretty well. So appreciate you hanging out for that one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you're having a great time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We just hit 60,000. We're on our way up to 70. So great. It'd be fantastic to see you come along with us for that ride. Appreciate you. All right, let's see what we got here. Spunky YT in the house. What's up there, buddy? Val says Jeremy Wade caught that 1,000 pounds I guess stingray in Japan. Look like a fire. Jesus, man. They got some wild creatures in that ocean, man. Godzilla. You gotta watch out. Sterling plays. I wasn't able to make it last time, man. But good to see you. No problem, Sterling. Yeah, Saturdays are pretty chill. We kind of hang out and do whatever. That's all good, brother. I appreciate you, man, being here tonight, man. That's awesome, dude. Brian says, "Oh boy, noche, mi amigo. Obrigado, mi amigo. Good to see you, man." Dylan says, "I know enough Japanese to get around, but I have to brush up on the language before trying to live there. If my health ever improves, maybe I'll get to start a tuning shop." There you go. They love them They love them tuner cars, man, over there. It's amazing. But yeah, I don't know. I know enough Japanese to like say hello and goodbye, and that's about it. I had a translator when I was on tours. I was like, to tell him this. Ray Freeze, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. Orion Armstrong, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm doing great tonight. I hope you've been well. Ivan Hernandez says, always a good time with your stream. Appreciate that, Ivan. And Sprunky said, he's still here. All right, brother. Keep on hanging. Ivan said, guitar be crying out loud, bro. There you go, bro. Kai says, yo, I'm back. I don't still remember. Yeah, Kai, I remember the name for sure. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you again. Always, people come and go, yeah, but it's always good to see when you come back, man. Appreciate you, brother. Douglas Ball, thank you so much, man. Steve Cisco says, like the fire within, melodic. Hope you have a good evening. I'm at work a lot of time to browse. I feel that, bro. Me too. I work 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day. So, man, my YouTube time is very limited to watch stuff. But, man, I appreciate that, Steve. You know that. Krabby Patty back in the house. How you doing? I've been well. Thank you so much. And hope you're good tonight. Thank you, Sprunky. Vertint, that was called The Fire Within. It's on my YouTube page here. If you just go right to my YouTube channel, look for the releases tab. It's right there. The entire album for free to stream. So check that out if you like. Douglas Ball says, King Diamond, please. You got it, brother. Krabby says, you've seen any live bands this summer? We have tickets for 9 Inch Nails. And hoping Primal Fear should come close by. So that would be. We're going to 9 Inch Nails. Stardust loves 9 Inch Nails. I like them too, but she loves them. So we're going to go check that out. And then I'm hoping Primal Fear comes back to town. I heard they're going to be on tour with Symphony X. So I'm like, okay, please come to town. But yeah, so far, that's what we're doing. Kai says he's going on holiday to Dubai. Nice, dude. I'd love to check that place out, man. So they got a lot of great things over like United Arab Emirates these days. Insane stuff. I would love to check that out. They have a Formula One race. I don't think they had a Formula One race there. No, I'm not sure. But Dubai looks very nice these days. Sprunky knows Godzilla, indeed, bro. 716 RC, what's up, brother? I'm doing good. How about you tonight? Oh no, that's okay, Douglas. That's a request we will do, buddy. You stick around, man. Give me 2 seconds. We're gonna crank one down. Monkey said, that was fire, bro. How'd you do that? Oh, man, a lot of practice, a lot of time, a lot of craziness, my friend. More dedication than most people ever understand. Juji said she had a friend over there in Japan doing MMA fights. He thought he knew enough Japanese, but they messed with him by speaking in double negatives. Dang. Gotta watch out. Lisa in the house. How you doing, Lisa? Thanks, Sprunky. Appreciate that. Krabby says, I'm seeing System of a Down when they come to Chi-Town. There you go. That's sweet. That'd be a good show. Fox Racing, what's up, brother? Thank you so much. Lisa, we had storms of past today. The internet's been wonky. I feel that. I'm surprised the heat hasn't melted everyone's internet around here. Thank you, Fox. Douglas, I'm doing great, my friend. Kai says, wish me luck. 41 degrees Celsius. Whew. That's hot. That's out of control. 716 RC says, doing good. Good to hear, buddy. Sprunky says, do you like doing electric guitar? I've been doing it since I was 14 years old, so a good 40 years ago. I stopped playing for a little while, so 10 years of that I stopped playing. But yeah, I love playing guitar, and that's the only reason I'm doing it anymore. I mean, I didn't play for 5 years prior to 2 years ago, I didn't play at all. I got tired of it, and then I was like, well, why don't I pick it back up and do something? And I'm just having fun now. And that's I tell it to everyone: if you got to make sure you have fun. If you're playing guitar, just have fun doing it. Just have fun doing it, because you're not gonna, you don't know what the future holds. And being a musician is probably the hardest business in the world. It's a fun one, but it's very hard. So you always got to have something ready to go. All right, let's see. Welcome home. Let's see. Who was that? Douglas Ball. We got you, brother. How about this one? Welcome home, King Diamond. If you don't know who King Diamond is one of the greatest metal artists of all time. One of the craziest voices you ever hear. But he also has a guitar player named Andy LaRocque, who is one of the best and most underrated guitar players on this planet. He's one of my favorites of all time. So we'll give a tribute to both of them right now. Welcome home solo, man. It's one of my favorites to play. I've got a few more solos I'm working on from King Diamond. I haven't had time to get them fully done, but definitely I love King Diamond stuff. I got a bunch of cover solos I used to play when I was a kid, so I'm trying to get them all done. More time is what I need, though, sadly. If I could find some more time, I'll get them done. But we'll get them soon. I promise you that, because I do love playing those old solos. All right, Speeder's next. Let's see what we got here. Craig Page says, how many tattoos you got? See the eye? Yeah, I just have the 2. I got this one this was the first one. It was like a band logo, a failed band at that rate at one point. Then I got the eye. Well, it's actually the Eye of Horus. Basically, I love Power Slave, the album Power Slave by Iron Maiden, and I was like, man. Then they have the Eye of Horus on the back side of the album, and I was like, man, I gotta get me that one. So there you go. Lisa says, if I disappeared tonight, you don't win out again. I feel that. Orion says, dude, I got married. Say hi to my wife, Hello, Kendra. Congratulations to the both of you. That's awesome. I hope you're doing great and you got a great life together. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Kai says, I started listening to Rage Against the Machine. That's a classic band. Tom Morello. Tom Morello's a crazy good guitar player. Tom Morello's son's even crazier on guitar. If you haven't seen Tom Morello's son, my God, I think his name's Romeo, or Romeo, I can't remember. They did a Mr. Crowley cover with Jack Black. It's freaking nuts, man. Dylan says the Japanese language can get tricky sometimes. Doesn't help some words' meanings depending on the intonations. Yeah, true that. Thanks, Sprunky. There you go, Douglas. You know what's up. King Diamond. Sprunky, thank you. Krabby, there you go. Bean pulling out says, always amazing, man. Keep sending my friends to check out. Congrats on 60K. You deserve it much more. Thank you so much, Beanpole. I appreciate that, bro. Everything helps, and I appreciate you putting the word out for me. And we're getting there. We're moving and grooving. It was a rough week. It was a long week. A slow crawl to hit that 60, but we'll see if we can push it even further and get going. 100K is the ultimate goal, so thank you for hanging with us. Douglas like, oh, my God. There you go, buddy. Krabby said, that reminded me of the Sonic game. Oh, true. I love that old Sonic stuff. There you go, Sprunky. Arif in the house. How you doing, brother? Great to see you tonight, man. KJB says Mick Mars. Ain't nothing wrong with Mick Mars. Boba in the house. How you doing, Boba? Great to see you again. I hope you're doing good too, bud. I'm well tonight. Sprunky says, can you shout us out? I shout out to us. I do all the time. Everyone gets a shout out. Sprunky YT gets that shout out, man. Fermented Tissue says, rip Ozzy. Absolutely, man. We still trying to get over Ozzy, man. It's been almost 2 weeks now. But man, his legend lives forever. How about we do this? Since we got a rest in peace, Ozzy, we'll hit a little Mr. Crowley for y'all before I move on to the next one. How about that, huh? Check it out. That's a classic ending. I love that too, man. Stop playing certain other songs, Ozzy songs. And I said, well, let me just play Mr. Crowley because that's the one. That's the one right there. All right, let's see. Beanpole says sometimes the algo favors you. Sometimes it takes a break for a week. You'll get there. Yeah, it's even worse when you have to take a week off from streaming. That's rough, man. But it's all good, man. It's part of the plan, man. We get there. I appreciate you. Okay, you miss shout at the devil. How's that one go? Down, down, down. I don't even know how that goes. I need to learn that one. That's a good one. I love that album. That's my favorite Motley Crue album for sure. Funky Coleman. Funky Coleman. Let's see. Craig Pay said that was a tough day when Ozzy died indeed. 90s were filled with listening to him. Also going to just say I love how loving and supporting this chat is. Absolutely, Craig Pay. We have one of the best communities here on YouTube, and it's amazing. Sometimes I just want to stream just to hang out with everybody because there's so many cool people here and so many great stories and so much knowledge in here. It's awesome to see. Sprunky, you're welcome, brother. Lisa says Lonnie Anderson passed away. I am old enough to remember. WKRP in Cincinnati. I think she was also in a movie with Cannonball Run, right, with Burt Reynolds. Man, that's sad to see, but she was definitely up there. She was probably, gosh, she probably had to be in her late 70s as well. But man, rest in peace, Lonnie Anderson. She was a great actress back in the day. Great comedic actress too. KJ Me, there you go, buddy. Beanpole says one of my favorite songs. Great choice. We didn't lose the Lord Darkness. He just went back to his throne. Ain't that the truth, man? Fermented tissue, thanks, bro. Krabby says, I'm always hypnotized by you playing. I appreciate that. Jay Bang in the house, what's up? He said just dropped in. That's why I asked the other night, but I had to wait just in time. There you go, brother. Wade says he's seen Merciful Fate and King Diamond once in Seattle a long time ago. They never came to Japan. They tried to come to Japan at Ozfest. Didn't happen. Delayed ship or something. Dang. Yeah, I've seen Merciful Fate and King Diamond a couple times in my life. It's amazing. You know, I just love the musicianship, and King Diamond's like a crazy horror writer. He just can write horror stories, which is awesome. Judy says, can I hear Queen of the Reich? Let me see. I'll have to hook you up, Juji. I'll find the DVD of my band when I was like 17 or 18. We were playing that song live, actually. It was pretty fun. All right, so Donald said he had to go give a thumbs up at Brody's and Guitar KTX before he get. No worries, bro. Both Brody and Guitar, I love both of them, man. That's what's up. If you want old school rock and roll, heavy metal, Brody's the place. You want some classic sweet blues, Guitar guy. That's what's up, man. You got the best of both worlds right there. Abby Green, what's going on, Abby? Good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing good. Man, let's see. Val says Jam was my favorite on WKRP. True that. Beanpole said I just learned about a band called FKU. A song called Black Hole Hell. Gotta be one of the best songs I've heard in a while. Nice, dude. So look into that, man. A lot of bands out there, man. They just keep popping up, man. They keep popping up and popping up. Glory says too many people in their 70s dying That's not a long life, my pay. True that, yeah. It was a strange lifespan. But a lot of people, you never know how what kind of life they live. Sadly, and certain aspects will lessen your life. Unfortunately, it's the truth. It's a sad reality. Don Jason, I was having my brother listen to you on the way, and he thought you were amazing. Thanks, man. He's like, damn, he's fast. I appreciate that. Keith Demlin in the house dropping a super chat, brother. You rock as always. He says, hail to the metal overlords. Thank you, Keith. You rock, dude. That's awesome. Evan Kelly's in the house. What's up, Evan? Dude, you said love it. There you go. Krabby said, would you rather be able to play one song perfectly for the rest of your life, or know how to play every rock song but only at 50%? Yeah, probably that one song. I don't care to know too much anymore. I'm old enough. I've learned so much in my life. So many songs in my life. It's like, I just want to be able to play one song to absolute perfection. I think that's more important than anything. That'd be a tough one. You'd be pretty boring after a while. Judy said, I really need to hear and say, true that. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. I found the DVD player. I don't have a DVD player at all. I have a USB one, so I got to pull that out. And but I did see it hanging over there in the corner, so I'm gonna grab that and hopefully I can find the box of discs. I have a ton of discs. Insanity. And I got a Bark at the Moon on there too. I need to pull the solo out of that. Donald James, the guitar guy, is some cool. He's smooth as silk, dog. He is smooth as silk. Southwest, it seems at old times old Phil Anselmo could sound like Jeff Tate. Back in the day, dude, like Cowboys from Hell and previous, Phil has a crazy good voice, man. He had a really melodic voice, but they went off into a different direction. Did the kind of screamy vocals and stuff. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Pellefunner in the house has 222 likes. That's awesome. Looking good. Evan said he was watching Tom Shred. Boy, can he fly. Oh, Tom's great. Tom's amazing. I love Tom. I've been watching him for a while. Probably right when I started playing guitar again, he did like an Yngwie medley or something like that. And I was like, yo, this is absolutely perfection, dude. Like perfection. Yeah, he's awesome. I've talked to him. He's done something for me too. I can't talk about it too much, but hopefully if I get it done by the holidays, he'll be a part of it. So we'll see. Beanpole says people used to kick the bucket at 40, and people are like, damn, that guy lived a long time. I know, right? It's like over the years, the life expectancy has gone up. Back in the day, we didn't have, like in the 30s and 40s and 50s, you just didn't have the technology that we have now that people can live longer. Krabby said, if you had to pick that one perfect song, what would it be? I don't know. Obviously, it'd be one of my originals. Probably the Fire. I don't know. Yeah, probably the Fire Within. That tune's pretty iconic, and I guess you'd have to listen to it a lot of times to get super bored of it. But I don't always play it perfectly. Jay Banks says, "Can you share something you've been working on behind the scenes? Maybe just a riff. I know you got one." I sure don't, man. No, because I don't know if you asked that question before. Someone asked that same question. But yeah, when I write a song, it's all written right then and there. So I don't I may have some old riffs hiding around or whatever. But yeah, I don't have anything like in progress. It's like when I sit down and I have a riff or something like that, it's instantly a done. I start from the start to finish, man. Evan says Xbox or PS to play a CD. Yeah, I can't output it to my computer. That's the problem. I could watch it. Yeah, I got a PS4 that has a DVD, and we've got an Xbox Series X that has a DVD. So I can watch them if it need be, but yeah, I don't have one on my computer. Nowadays, you get a gaming computer, everything's digital. You don't even need it. Hey, Nachi Cat, what's up, buddy? Leo Marrero, good to see you too. Evan says down, down, up is tricky. Just do alternate. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do. That's what I do when I'm ascending scales. I do economy. It's a down, up, down, down. But yeah, that's what Tom teaches that too, man. If I said Rick would write a 10-hour-long song, I probably could. Probably a big waste of time, but yeah, I'd probably do it. Beanpole says, Thanksgiving for antibiotics and basic modern medicines. I think it's crazy how the first guy who said doctors would wash their hands was shunned because the medical community thought he was a doctor. Yeah, no doubt, dude. Ain't that the truth, man? You got to be clean. Grabby says, you ever go nuts and just try and improv something? See what sounds good? Yeah, I mean, that's how I write solos, you know. If somebody asks me to play a solo or I'm trying to write a solo for one of my songs, I'll sit there and I'll play it like about 20 times. I'll set up in my recording studio, I'll do like 20 tracks. And then I will just record a solo and then mute that, go to the next one, record another one, and keep going and going and going until I'm done. And I'll listen to all of them. I'll find the best little bits and pieces of it, and I'll start. It's called comping. In the recording industry, it's called comping a track. So then I'll take all the best pieces of each track, and I'll put it on one track, and then I'll listen to it. And if it sounds good, then I will learn how to play that. I'll memorize how to play that. That's how my writing process. I did a video, live. I wrote a whole song live. It took me like about 2 hours, about an hour and a half, 2 hours to write it from scratch. I had one riff idea, and we started with that, and I just built on it. It's pretty cool. I'm supposed to condense it and make it like a video. I'm still trying to do that. DJB says, Lisa says, where's DJB? I didn't see him tonight. All right, what's next? All right, next is Speeder. So those who don't know, make sure you, if you're driving, slow down or pull over right now. And if you're seated, buckle up. And if you're, flying, hit that autopilot for sure. And even if you're brushing your teeth for some strange reason, watch where you brush. This gets bumpy. This is called Speeder, everybody. buddy. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're safe after that, too. Never know. You never know what people are doing when they're listening to that song, so I got to make sure you know to be safe. Something really funny last night. So I was watching the replay of my Saturday night stream, right? And I was like trying to just listen to the songs real quick, and I hit something on the phone, and it started doing a very fast, like twice the speed. So I'm talking like super fast, like blah 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 blah, really super fast. And it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It wasn't until I said, let me try something, and I turned it to half speed, 0.50 speed. And I'm like going, yeah, man. It's like, it's probably the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. I laughed so hard it hurt. So if you want something funny to watch, go watch one of my previous streams, turn it to 0.50 speed. And man, that's the funniest stuff ever. I had thought about that. We were talking about that last night. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. But man. All right, thank you so much for hanging out for that. That was Speeder, if you didn't know. Let's see, we got a lot of comments cooking here. Okay, I remember that. Let's see, Tyler Ship. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you again. Tyler's back in action. We seen him last night and the night before. All right, good to see you, buddy. What's up with that new guitar, man? Where'd that come from? I seen a video today. Tyler did a video. Said, "What if Jason Becker played the final countdown?" That was sick. He said, I'm gonna do the Becker arpeggio. He was doing like some Becker Serrano arpeggios on this thing. But he's got a new guitar. What's up with that new guitar, Tyler? Let me know. I can see it's a Strandberg. I think it's a 7-string. Very nice. Tyler coming out swinging with some new guitars. Feisty said that's how EVH comes. Did he really? That's cool, man. I learned it in the studio a long time ago. I was probably 16 or 17. That's what the recording engineer told me, man. He's like, oh, we'll just comp your solos, man. And I'm like, oh, how's that? And he's like, just record it a bunch of times. We'll find the best one. I was like, oh, cool, man. And that's where I learned it from. Junio, thank you so much. Now she kid knows. Let's go. Lisa said, hang on tight. You know that. Tyler got his speeder emos cranking. There you go. Evan said, check out Indian Street Dentist then. More horror than any scary movie I watch. Indian Street Dentist? Interesting. Is that an Australian movie? I'll check it out. We always looking for something to watch. We watched 28 Years Later last night. That's a pretty good movie. I heard it. I don't know who's into that 28 Days Later type movies or whatever, but that's a good one. That's a good one, and it's the first of a trilogy. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Peggy Hecky, boy noche, good to see you. In case you didn't see it and you haven't subscribed to Tyler, Stardust has Tyler's channel here. Make sure you click on that. Give him a subscribe. We'd appreciate that. Peggy Hecky, thank you. Krabby Patty, thank you too. Tyler Shep knows that speeder. Nashi Kid, Gloria. Tyler again, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Benny Blanco, he's a Shreddies. Love it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Nashi Kid's feeling it. There you go. Tyler's like that part. Yeah, I know what part you're talking about. Benny Blanco said, the guitar is purring. Oh, yeah. Evan says, Shreddies, Wheaties with Mountain Dew. Rick's breakfast for shredding. Indeed. He said, I never drank Wheaties. I used to eat grape nuts was my thing. I'll tell you, last week, though, I had a bowl of Lucky Charms. Those are delicious, man. I haven't had Lucky Charms so long, but Stardust got some. I was like, give me a bowl of that. I was like, Lucky Charms. They skimp on the marshmallows, though, these days. Stevia Harris, there you go. Good to see you there. Krabby Patty says, the guitar is probably a thing I never knew I'd get. Very possible. The guitar has feelings, though. I do caress it nicely. Now, this is what getting hit by a space shuttle feels like. Probably. There you go, Tyler. Benny Blanco, thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate that. Thank you, Robert. Don says, I crashed just trying to play that song. I know, right? Too fast. Now she gets like Rick's playing is at warp speed. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Tyler said, oh, I've done that before to learn your video on speed. Okay. It's ridiculous. But me talking at half speed, it's just like, I don't know what it was, but I just like, I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. I had to pause it. I was like, I got to stop. I cannot breathe. I'm laughing so hard at myself. Absolutely, Tyler, absolutely. Tyler said, yeah, I've been working to save for it, and you're the third one to say it. That's awesome, Tyler. Hey, man, that's what you got to do these days. You save up for it. and you reward yourself. And that's how you do it, man. Good on you, brother. Good on you. Goy said, I was messing around with a movie last week. I dropped it to 0.5 speed and made it. Everyone sounds so special. I know, right? That's what I sound. And the funniest part, we were talking about, drugs, certain drugs that you inhale or whatever. And I was like, I was telling a story about me at a bowling alley. I'm like, yeah, man, and I took some of this Myrnol, and I was like, oh my God, that was freaking hilarious, man. It's Debbie. I like it when you smoke. Absolutely. I gotta hit this. I have a stressful life. I'm trying to. I've been cutting it down. I used to really go crazy with these things, but I've been cutting it. I can make these last like 2 weeks now, which is pretty good. Let's see. Robert says, do you play like heavier stuff like extreme metal? Yeah, I've got a few songs that are pretty ridiculous like that. The Gigi, good to see you too. How you doing tonight? There you go, Tyler. Oh, Tyler got voltage up. There you go. Evan says, no, sorry, Rick. It's real life Dennis. Works in the streets of India. Oh, I got you. I have no, I mean, as much as I'd like to see India and play there, a lot of people, and I have a lot of fans from India, the country. Yeah, I don't see myself going there anytime soon, but maybe you never know. You never know. Donald James says, Cocoa Pebbles, because the milk turns into chocolate milk. True that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Robert says he knows me from Rob Rock. That's awesome, dude. I love when I see that, man. That was 20 years ago. That was a good 20 plus years ago. I was doing the stuff with Rob Rock, and when people come out and they'd say, "I know you're from Rob Rock." That's just amazing to me. Just amazing to me. Evan says, after watching I'll never complain about going to the dentist again. True. Tyler knows, and if you're brushing your teeth, I'll never do that again. I mean, unless I need a really good laugh, that's the only time I'll do it. Never again. It hurt. It literally hurt me to laugh so hard. Val says Captain Crunch because I want the roof. Yeah, right. Captain Crunch got some pretty crazy stuff, man. Val says, Captain Rich, what's up, brother? Jose says, I love hearing you shred while playing at Left 4 Dead. Oh, man, Left 4 Dead 1 or 2, bro. Both are awesome, though. I love both. Me and my buddy used to play Left 4 Dead like constantly, like every night for hours. So good. That's right. Robert knows. Mama Shredder in the house. What's up, Mama? She said, I hope it's a good time. It's been pretty nice so far, Mama. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tyler. Kirill says, can you play your favorite song? Funny you ask. I'm just about to play it. Kyle says, yeah, my parents said I could use their 0% finance. I get Guitar Center once I saved up enough for 1 year, a monthly payment. That's awesome. That's how you do it, man. I like it. I need to do that. I just throw it on the credit card and I'll pay it later. And like, oh God, I forgot to pay that. Those 0% financing deals are the best. So you get like 12 to 24 months, you're good to go. Let's see. Robert says, Robert, I was going to ask, are you Robert Rock? I guess not. You never know. James Rich talking about true. Rob don't go on YouTube too much, man. I've never seen Rob do much of any social media. He goes on Facebook here and there. He tried to do a TikTok, but he never did anything with that. But Rob up there, man. Rob. His son could probably help him. His son's real smart with technology. Val says, I can hear Rick do Kermit. Yeah. It's not easy being green. That's probably my best Kermit. Robert says, no, I'm not a metal guy. Rob is the voice of melodic metal. Ain't that the truth, man? Jose says 2 is his favorite. Yeah, that's a great one, dude. You can't go wrong with that, man. Tyler got it. Yeah, Evan says, hi, what's Kermit and Frog? Kermit and Frog. Captain Rich says, have you heard the prequel Left for Shred? Ransom, it's true. That'd be sweet. I like that. Donald J says, I'll tell you what, though, it's entertaining to watch Mama Shredder. Man, Mama Shredder was going hard on this one kid last night. I was dying, man. That was amazing. There was some Bury Me in Brooklyn, was it? I was like, who is this dummy, man? And Mama threw him down. Mama threw him down the stairs, and then everyone else in the chat was throwing him down the stairs. I'm like, dang, bro. Okay, Ty said Sweetwater. That's cool. Yeah, I don't like Guitar Center. I'm afraid of Guitar Center anymore. Sweetwater, I trust. I trust Sweetwater with everything, and they got great financing plans there at Sweetwater, so that's good. Jose says, what amp do you recommend? Really depends on what your budget is, my friend. If you want a great amp, it'd probably be a Marshall these days. For me, I'll get a Marshall. But the Marshall, I don't know what good Marshall. I don't know what good Marshalls there are. Probably a DSL 100 be your best bet, or some sort of DSL JC. Was it a DSL 100H? Is it? They have some combo amps too that I want to check out. But those are sort of some smoking ones for sure, man. Robert says Impellitteri, however you spell it. You see Rob right there. Oh yeah, you got it right, man. You actually spelled it correctly. You spelled it perfectly, dude. That's exactly how I spell it. Mom says, sorry, guys. No, never be sorry. We love it. I love that. That was amazing. I was like, I kept having that, because I was lurking, but I kept having to go back and read the chat. I was like, what is that? So funny. Eric in the house. What's up, brother? It's been a bit, but I hope you're doing good. Good to see you. Nashi Kitsa. I just want to say that we do have dentists in India. I believe that, yeah. My dentist is from India. He's awesome. That dude's like probably one of the best dentists I ever in my life, man. You can't go wrong, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I don't. Yeah, it sounds like everyone's talking about a movie. Let's see. Mama says that's my side job to destroy troll. True that. You're welcome, Jose. Have a great night, buddy. Make sure you get that checkpoint, man. Beat them zombies. Robert says, cool. I thought I butchered. No, you nailed it, bro. You nailed it. That's awesome. All right, let's see. I haven't put it. We're gonna swap the shirt out real quick on the screen, because this is the last of the Holy Trinity. And let's see, we can put this up here. It's a Storm Rider t-shirt, everybody. I don't have this one. Stardust has this one. It's a beautiful looking shirt. I think my mom bought this one too. So yeah, this is a good shirt. All right, well, let's go. This one here called Storm Rider, because we ride the storm every day in this world. Gotta ride the storm. So that's why we're the Storm Riders. Let's go. Storm Rider. Hope you didn't get too wet during that one. That was a crazy one there for sure. Hope you stayed dry. But we rode that storm, didn't we? That was a good one there. Appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. I do put videos out every single day. We go live 5 times a week. And we're one of the best communities on YouTube. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hang with us. Gotta love it. Let's see. A lot of great comments. Where did we leave off? I remember Eric. I remember Nashi Kit. See. All right, there's Cat. All right, no name. Hello to you, buddy. Thank you, Tyler. Captain Rich said, anti-troll hero. Bully the bully and the troll the troll. True that, true that. Donald James was ready. Tyler knew that, Storm Rider. Thank you, Robert. Tyler, thank you. Mama says, destroying the trolls is fun if you're in the mood to. Yeah, for sure. I find it fun. You know, we don't want to do it, but if we need to do it, we will. And I got more experience and knowledge than most of these trolls ever have in their life. So come at me. I got a kid on Instagram. He tried to troll me. I say no, and I got him hard, and he couldn't. He had no comeback. He had no comeback. The response was that good. That's fun. Bob said, she don't hold back. I feel that. I know it's stupid. These people out there got no better life, man. I don't know. I'm hoping, you know, they're talking. There's some place. I think they're starting in Korea, South Korea or somewhere. You're gonna need a verification to be on the internet, like some sort of identification. And if you don't, you ain't getting on no internet. So that's coming soon, I think. And I thought about it, you know, if you need a license to be on the internet, that way if you screw up, you do stupid stuff, you're gonna get in trouble. Can't be messing around. Evan said them Rome Cube amps are good, strong metal grill. Which you get the kids throw around in your yeah, those are nice, man. Those Boss Katana, that's a pretty good one too, man. The positive grid makes the Spark amp, that's pretty nice as well. But you know, I don't know. People ask me like, hey, what kind of amps I got? There's a ton of them out there, you know. But for me, it'd be a Marshall. I'm gonna get a Marshall. Marshall's it, you know. That's all I'm gonna ever use is a Marshall. I don't want nothing else but a Marshall when I play live. That's me though, man. People don't want that classic British tone. I like the classic British tone. And I'll try to get more people to get the classic British tone. Let's see. Mama said there was one inside. Yeah, I remember that one. It was like Barry Brooklyn or something, some Brooklyn dude. I was like, this kid crazy. And it was like, he said he was like real young, but and they looked at it, they found his channel. It was like a 15-year-old channel. Like, oh man, something don't add up. And he was talking like he knew what he was talking about. There you go, Mama Gloria. Thank you. Dude, you said, wow, an ad right in your mirror. Like, dang, I turned him down. Like, I turned him down big. Tyler said, this part, I know what part you're talking about. And Tyler got them parts down. Thank you, Tyler. Cat Rich says, why the long face? It's not. It's melted. I feel that. Sometimes I think when I'm playing this stuff and I'm doing real fast, I picture I'm doing real fast. I picture the dude at the end of Indiana Jones when his face starts melting. I was like, man, that was the craziest thing I ever saw in my life, man. Tyler said, in this part, I could picture warriors on horses going through the storm on horses in slow motion. True that. Yeah, I need to make a video for that. That'd be a sweet video. If I said the Storm Rider rides it for fun, everyone is just riding it out. True that. True that. Robert said, kind of reminds me of Heavenly just had. Very nice, man. Logan McKiernan, thank you so much for subscribing, brother. We appreciate you, man. Nashi Kid, thank you. Thank you, Gloria. Gratitude. There you go, brother. Kirill Chernyshov, thank you so much. Captain Rich riding that wave, man. Mama said she go back and mod destroy some trolls. Wanted to hang out with some. Appreciate you, Mama. Absolutely, always great to see you. And if you guys are hanging out, we'll see you in a little while too. Thank you, Juji. Robert, thank you. Adam Madsen said, how are only 103 people watching? Over 7,000 are watching some dude rail his partial dentures. I seen that guy, Adam. Yeah, what is up with that? There's this dude. He's like missing probably like his four front teeth, and he's got like a denture, and he's just he rolls it around. And I saw this the other day. I said, what is this, man? This is brain rot. This is how brain rot is going, everybody. It's so bad. You got a guy swishing around his dentures in his mouth. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. And there's like thousands of people just glued to the screen. It's amazing. It's amazing, isn't it? Star says, ooh, I couldn't watch it. I know. But I've doom scrolled on that guy before. Thank you, Mama Shredder. Yeah, I doom scrolled that guy on the other day. I was like, what the freak is going on here? And there was I literally wanted to type something. I was like, I better not. Just move on with my life, man. Robert, have a good night, brother. Take it easy, man. Evan says, Dragon Lord now. It's funny. Dragon Lord? I don't even know that. Have a good one, Robert. Looney Tunes in the house. Thanks again. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Adam said, I couldn't either. The camera's literally less than 6 inches from my mouth. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You said, I know it's not you, Rick. I'm just frustrated because I'm enjoying your music. You deserve to be paid. And I appreciate that. Yeah, I got to turn these on. I got to turn the monetization on, but I turn it to like the lowest possible ads because I know. And usually what happens is, you get paid for views after. I don't get paid for the views of the stream. I get paid for the views, I think. I get paid a little bit for the views of the stream and any ad that plays, but I keep it really low because it's not going to be a ton of money. I'm not getting, if I got 1 million views, then I'd crank those. If I had 1 million views, if I was 7,000 view denture guy, I'd probably have them cranked up, but I'm not. I have pretty perfect teeth. I'm only missing my one tooth in the way back. Can't even see it. But man, maybe I should move some dentures around. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Don said he sounded like slot. I know, it's bad, man. It's bad. Juji said, I can't believe how many videos that are of people popping goiters and blackheads. Yeah, I've seen that too. I'm like, what is going on? But people stare at that screen. They're like, whoa, what are you watching? Val said he's gonna do a bit for his show by retirement called Val's Viagra Village. It will have an old woman and old man and woman kissing, and when they're done, they'll smile at each other with the other teeth. There you go. That's funny. Okay, what do we got next? All right, we have got the chord tunes. We got about maybe 2 more in me. We're gonna cut off at 11. I think I haven't played this song in a while. We'll play something I haven't played in a while. Then we'll play one of the newer songs. But this one here, I'm not gonna play that one. What am I gonna play? Man, we're gonna play. I don't know. I got so many tunes to play. I guess we'll play some new stuff. Let me see. Incarnas. I think we'll do Intimidator again. I was feeling Intimidator the other night. I'm not sure if Tyler. I think Tyler left before I got to play that one, honestly. Yeah, let's try that. Intimidator. Let's do it. Intimidator, man. That's a cranky jam, man. I love that song, man. It's really fun to play. It's got a good beat. You can dance to it, man. I think. All right, what else we got here? We did Incarnatus the other day, didn't we? All right. Have to figure out a nice song to end with here. Oh, let's see. Donald says people watching mukbangs. Yeah, that's disgusting. I watched one dude, and it's not a mukbang. He just goes and does food challenges. His name's Beards Meets Food. He does like professional videos. He goes to a place somewhere around the world. They got a challenge. He goes and beats it. That's interesting. And he's a funny dude. But people that watch these like Asian ladies just sitting there with this big pile of weird food and be like eating it, like that don't look right to me, man. I don't know, man. People got some weird fetishes in this world. I don't know, man. Ain't a lot of people normal. Those people ain't normal. Anyway. Evan says Dragon Lord is a German metalhead streamer that got angry and gave his address away live, and well, crazy begins. Dang, that's not smart. That ain't smart. Gloria says, and people send them money for stupid junk. Yeah, Gregory, it's nasty, dumb, idiotic. People are weird. Yeah, they're throwing money at the screen. I'm like, for what? What are you throwing money at this guy for? Well, but whatever, man. Whatever, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do, and I try to ignore it. I do what I do and keep working. You keep working. Don says, but hey, I had to watch this one guy chug a beer in Bush's Baked Beans. Is that Badlands Chugs? I love watching Badlands Chugs. That dude is hilarious too, man. He crazy, dude. He's crazy. Yeah, he must be Badlands Chugs, Donald. It's gotta be, dude. He washed down with heavy cream. Yeah. He was on America's Got Talent too, man. He didn't make it, but he's funny, dude. Such a nice guy too, man. Him and Dame Drops too. He does food reviews. Freaking hilarious, man. Thank you, Lisa. Public Telephone, thanks so much, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you, Nachi Cat. Juji, thank you. Looney Tunes, appreciate that. Gloria said, there's a girl I found to write your name on her face. Yeah, I saw that too. And a piece of paper on her wall for $100, and she has a wall. She has a wall full of face and full names. Dang. There's another kid. Yeah, he's just like he writes down the names. I'll write down the name of every subscriber. He's just writing his name down. Like, what's the point of that, man? Well, that's talented, man. I guess. I don't know, but it is what it is, man. If you find a way to do it, make money, go for it. I mean, I got nothing bad to say, but it's definitely strange to see. Thank you, Nashi Cut. Gratitude says, intimidated. Sweet one. There you go, brother. Evan said, crackheads on Craigslist. Yeah, that's a good one, too, man. On Reddit, there's a crackheads Craigslist on Reddit. That's hilarious. Gratitude's like that one. Donald James says, watching the downfall of man on live stream. Pretty much. I mean, like I said, have you ever watched the movie Idiocracy? And when they're just like watching like the number one show is like a dudes people getting kicked in the balls or whatever. It's like, what? That's pretty much how it's going. G says, can we hear some Falcon Dolkin? You got it. Donald James, yes, yeah. Badlands Chuck, dude, that guy's awesome, man. He's awesome. I don't know how he does it either. I watched him drink like 10 different cans of Mountain Dew or something like that. Like the different flavors of Mountain Dew. He drank it all in this big glass boot. I was like, dang, bro. Gloria says, it's usually young girls making money for stupid crap. What's disturbing is a lot of creeps. That's true. Very true. Yeah, I mean, if you're a female and you don't have to do anything. You literally don't have to do anything, and dudes will come to that stream. I've seen it. They just be standing there, and maybe have something not anything seductive wearing, just like normal clothes, and people, and it's just packed with people. If you want to make some money, you're women. You can probably just turn on YouTube and just stand there, and just talk and do whatever. You never know. Keith knows stupid butt pays. I know, right? Not because if the algorithm rewards it, it'll happen. It's true. He said he got daughters coming of age. Yeah, keep them off the YouTubes, man. Keep them off this junk, or regulate what they do. How about that? Dude, you said I think the one thing I never thought I'd see is a girl starving herself in front of weird fast freaks. True that. That's weird. I seen they got dudes like I don't know where the heck they are, but they're like literally on a dirt floor with like some blanket, and then it's like they're sleeping. People be watching like, what's he gonna do? What's gonna happen? Guy's sleeping in the dirt, on a dirt floor. Jamila, how you doing? Hola to you. Buenas noches. Good to see you. Donald James says, this tells you about more society that people give huge amounts of donations. I know. It's crazy. But like I said, I don't complain. I do what I do, and I have fun doing it, and see where it takes me. That's all we can do. Hopefully it takes me live on stage with an orchestra. That's the ultimate goal. Evan says, opening Pokemon cards. You don't understand. Yeah, it's true. I've watched some people do that's kind of interesting. The people do lotto, scratch off lotto tickets. I watched one lady doing it. It was kind of interesting to watch. I was kind of rooting for her. I was like, come on, get it, Yeah, we hit the big one. But she has a big old stack of lottery tickets and just scratching off, man. That's it. People watch it, but I found it interesting. She was a nice lady, so it was kind of cool to listen to. Jamila, there you go. All right, what are we doing? Are we doing some Dolkin, and then we'll find a song to end with. What haven't I? Oh, we don't remember. Try a different one. Into the Fire. How about that one? Hopefully I remember it. I hope I remember it. We're gonna try it. I don't remember. Into the fire, I'm falling. What a beautiful one, man. The classic song, one of my favorites. I remember playing that. I played that so long ago when I was like a youngster. Young kid, man. 16, 17. Some of my favorite stuff to play. All right, we got that covered. Let's see what else we got here. We're gonna got one more tune. We'll end off with I'm trying to think of end something with the bang here for sure. What's got an explosive ending? Oh boy, there's so many tunes to play with here. What's that other one y'all were talking about the other day? Is that 0510? That one is. That one. I got a lot. Where's that one? Oh, this one here. This one y'all talking about? That's a good one. Actually, I know what I want to play. Shoot. This is the problem when I have so many songs to play. That one. I want to play that one. That's a good one. I think I just saw something funny. Mavis, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Keith says at the same time, it's like we do work so hard to make a lot of money when you can live and scrape by streaming just like that. I feel that, dude. Carlos Galindo in the house says, Rick, will you be any streams during this week during 5 to 6 Central? No, probably not, buddy. He says, I think you did that once. It was cool years of jams while waiting for my dog. I know, right? Yeah, there was a time when at my job when I was on call, we get an extra 2-hour break. So I could take like a 3-hour lunch essentially. And I would do from 5 to 6, or 5 to 6:30 in the afternoon. I would do a stream because I couldn't do it at night. But they took that away from us, so tis what it is. But yeah, probably not, buddy. It'll probably just all be the 10 o'clock jams next week. Keith Daniel says, was into Fire Them, Trails of Tears Them. There you go, man. Juji, there you go. Now she gets it. Chaz now taught me never to check YouTube lives randomly. True that. Keith talking about Carlos. Mine get out at 3. He watched the replays. There you go. Goy said, my favorite was the chick who sets her lights, radio, computer up, such views to control the money. People drove her insane. It was hilarious. That is wild. Terry Carranza knows, into the fire, I'm falling. Juji said, I wonder if he remembers him proceeds to shred balls. True that. Nashi Kid, thank you. Jamila, much love to you. Thank you. Yeah, Evan said that. KFC has an explosive ending. Yeah. I don't know. Is the KFC different in Australia? I never had that problem in here in America, bro. It's always been wonderful. It's Chipotle you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for that Chipotle, man. Let's see. Tyler, thank you, buddy. Gratitude, thank you. EJ Decker, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Don says, think about doing any live stream collabs in the future. I never thought about that, man. You can't really do it straight through YouTube. You got to do it through StreamYard and stuff like that. And there seems to be latency with that, as far as I know. But I mean, if you ever do one, let me know, man. If I got time, I'll swing up in there and just crank up. But yeah, I don't like the latency. Like when you got several people trying to do it through StreamYard, I believe there's like latency, and like it's not in real time with everybody, which sucks. Keith says, much love, y'all. Fishing tournament starts for the. All right, Keith, have a great night, brother. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Gratitude knows Chipotle away. Yeah, for sure. I would not touch it. Gloria, I will be, just normal. We're going back to normal times. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Sunday. This week has been, it's been rough. But it's been what do you call it? Rewarding, let's say that. But yeah, the only time I'm going to do a whole week of streams is after I do the on-call thing, after I don't stream for a week. So, but yeah, we'll be off tomorrow. We'll be back on Tuesday for sure. Charlie Escobar, what's up, brother? Great to see you, man. There you go. Gratitude knows. All right, let's end with this one. Is there a title for this? I don't remember. I don't know. It's my Sabotage vibe jam. We'll end with this one, though. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have done so already. I do put videos every day. Go live 5 times a week. We'll be back on Tuesday. And so if you're subscribed and hit your notifications, you know when I'm shredding. But we'll rip this song and let's go. I got to add 4 more counts to this song. Anyway. really like that one. I don't know where I came up with that. I think it just came up with like the riff on a keyboard for that very first on a keyboard, and went from there. That's how we do it. That's how we do it, yo. All right, a lot of great comments. I appreciate each and every one of you here. Thank you so much, Tyler. Gloria, thank you. Evan said gave some G3 vibes. I'd love to play on the G3 tour. That'd be dope. Jose Manuel Hernandez Noriega, muchas gracias, amigo. G, thank you. Now she can't say it sounded savage. I feel that. It's very savage. That riff is very Chris Oliva Sabotage vibe to it. I like it. A1 Gamma, what's up, brother? He says, I'm finally here, ready to enjoy some relaxing tunes. Sadly, we getting out of here, brother. Yeah, we getting out of here, brother. We started at 9 tonight. But we'll be back on Tuesday, my bro. Yeah, it's Sunday night for me. I got to go back to work tomorrow. I got to get up early, the whole night. Back in action. Sucks. Aaron Ebner says, can you play a song where you heard once and it was good? I don't know. I have a very good ear. I can learn just about anything by ear. So yeah, if I hear it, I can play it. A lot of times I hear in my brain, I remember stuff by hearing it. But yeah, it just depends, dude. Thanks, gratitude. Don James said, another good tune, well composed with a distinct theme. Thank you, brother. Florian Reyes, thank you. Will Curley says, come to Clearwater. I'd love to, man. I used to live in Clearwater. Ralph, where did I live? Roosevelt and something. It was a nice condo community, man, or like luxury apartments or something. But yeah, I love Clearwater. I loved living in Clearwater. It was a nice area, close to the beach too, like 10 minutes away. But I'm not too far from Clearwater. Gloria says, yeah, you arrived right at the ending, but I'll be back at Tuesday at 10. Absolutely. Have a great rest of your day, Evan. A1 says, yeah, the weekend goes fast and the week goes by, so ain't that the truth, dude? Like I said, man, it feels like I go to sleep on Friday night and I wake up on Monday morning. The weekend goes by that quickly. It sucks. But it is what it is. But yeah, tomorrow back to the work week. Here we go. Monday through Friday, let's go. Let's go. Anyway, I want to thank each and everyone for hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave. I shall be back next week, starting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Saturday and Sunday at 9 Eastern Time. That's our typical schedule. So we shall be back for sure. More shreds, more good times. I want to thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I want you to stay safe out there. I want you to be good to each other. And I want you to take care of each other because that's all we got in this world. You know what I mean? All right, everybody. So you all take care. Have a great day, great night, wherever you are in this world. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you on Tuesday. Ready for more. All right, everybody.